Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day. And above all else, that you're looking after yourselves and one another. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you back to episode 3 of Have You Heard Of? And the band we're going to be covering in this episode is a band from West Germany, from Cologne specifically, called Triumvirat. And the album we're going to be covering is their third release, Spartacus. Now, Triumvirat are a trio from Cologne, Germany, formed in 1969. In the band for this release of Spartacus, you had Jürgen Fritz on keyboards, grand piano, Hammond organ, Moog synthesizer, string synthesizer, and mellotron. Helmut Kohlen on bass, acoustic guitars, and lead vocals, and Hans Bethelt on drums, percussion, and lyrics. Now, Spartacus is a concept album based on Spartacus the Thracian, who led the third slave uprising from 73 to 71 BC. So very epic, very intense album. Again, it clocks in around 42 minutes and change, 9 tracks in total. And in terms of playing times for the tracks, they range in length from 3 minutes and 13 seconds to 8 minutes and 46 seconds. There are a couple of suites on the album, but in terms of a progressive rock album, it's relatively short. And when you hear the term suite for a piece of music, with progressive rock especially, you're thinking of like 20-minute, 15-minute suites. That's not the case. The two suites that do exist on the album, or three of them, sorry, I should say, um, they range in length from like 6 minutes and 22 seconds, again, to 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Now, the album starts off with the track, The Capital of Power, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. And in my notes, I have here fast-paced intro, intricate drums and drum fills, frenetic organ and keyboard passages, very melodic and very much bathed in synthesizer. Track number 2 is the first suite called The School of Instant Pain, clocking in at 6 minutes and 22 seconds. The first section is called Proclamation, sorry. In my notes, I have your nice piano work. I love the piano work on this album. It's very grand, very epic, very sweeping. Section 2 is called The Gladiator Song, and it's very piano and synth driven. Uh, there's a dramatic build in the piece that leads into section 3 called Roman Entertainment. And in my notes, I have here fast tempo, nice organ, dramatic piano, and organ stabs on the piece. Next up is the piece called The Battle, and for track number 2. And in my notes, I have here sweeping synth passages, intricate drum patterns, nice organ, slow building on the drums, and a lot of use of cymbal crashes on this piece. It's very grand, very epic, right? Track number 3 is called The Walls of Doom, another short piece, 3 minutes and 57 seconds. In my notes, I have here mid-tempo piece, nice organ. The tempo changes at 1 minute and 46 seconds, and you have a nice padding effect on the synthesizer, and nice charging synthesizer and organ pattern that happens on the track. Track number 4 is a piece called The Deadly Dream of Freedom, 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Nice acoustic guitar and synth passages on this track, and it's very anthemic. It's about these soldiers going off to war, right? And who knows if they're going to come back or not, right? You never know, right? Track number 5 is called The Hazy Shades of Dawn, 3 minutes and 9 seconds. And in my notes, I have here enthusiastic synth intro, marching rhythm, a lot of cymbal crashes, nice synth passages, and build of synth, and a nice build-up of synth, sorry, on the left, from the left to the right channel. Almost like a panning effect. It is a panning effect. Track number 6 is The Burning Sword of Rome Capua. Okay, I didn't make these up. 2 minutes and 41 seconds, and starts off with organ swells, very epic, Fast drum fills. I gotta say, the drummer for this band is fantastic. Very intricate organ builds, and it builds and builds and builds and comes to a dead stop, right? You think it's going to continue on to the next track, track number 7, but it just comes to a dead stop. Track number 7 is The Sweet Sound of Liberty, 2 minutes and 35 seconds. And in my notes, I have here nice acoustic guitar, really intricate guitar passage with an underpinning of organ, which sort of ties the whole thing together. It keeps it propelling forward, I should say. Next up, you have track number 8, the second suite on the album, called March to the Eternal City, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And the piece is set up as such. The first section is called Dusty Road. And in my notes, sweeping synth effects, steady drum pattern, building passage, flood of dramatic organ and synths, and sweeping piano on this. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, the next section is called Italian Improvisation. And in my notes, I have here rhythmic percussion and bass section, very rhythmic, just amazing. The percussion and the bass are pretty much locked into one another. Simmering synths and crashing cymbals that come in. Again, very epic, very grand, very dramatic. And there is a nice synth solo on the end of the track. And the next section is called First Success, which is a return to the first section of Dusty Road. And it does have the steady drum pattern, sorry. And you hear a flood of dramatic organ and synths on this piece. Next up, the title track, sorry, track number 9, Spartacus, clocking in at 7 minutes and 39 seconds. And it's broken up as such. The first section is called The Superior Force of Rome. Nice piano chords, a very relaxed tempo. The second section is called A Broken Dream, frenetic organ and synth passages, fast intricate drum pattern, multi-section piece, descending organ and synth passages on this piece. Up next is a piece called The Finale, which in my notes I have here, marching drum pattern, synth and organ section, all tying everything together, bringing the piece to a close. Okay. Now, as I said, and the 3 albums I've covered thus far, so far musically, this album to me is by far the best musically. Lyrically, it is a little simplistic in terms of the lyrics, and the lyrics and the vocalist really don't grab me. I think this album would have been better done as an instrumental piece, but you know, it is what it is, right? So if you out there, if you've heard of, I'm sure you've heard of Triumvirat. They are, you know, we're a German progressive rock band, very popular in Germany. If you've heard of the album Spartacus, please let me know what you think of the album in the comments down there, down below. And yeah, I'll be back with episode 4. I have 2 more bands to cover. So please take care of yourselves and one another. And please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content I've got coming up. All right. I'll be back with Have You Heard Of episode 4 very soon. Again, have a good night. Bye for now.